This is how y'all doing right fast. This is for the mind in the elevator. Work. I've been in 2019 where this was going on. I met a couple of street dudes. Most of them was bad, and most of them was good before I got arrested. One of the dudes that's from the hood and from the streets, he told me, Hubert, he got dreads. You'll be good for a position like that. And he told me, because I've been like the mind in the elevator, like I've been around a lot of street women, a lot of women that do stuff. But one thing, me, I've been around with a lot of women. I've been around a lot of women that strip down and prostitute, but I never judged them. And me, the thing is that I've been in this business for a long time, and I want to get this straight because this is God. Because I was writing something to Joe Biden and on a civil rights devotion. Because when I worked at Walmart, the stockers wanted me to become more. The Coca-Cola vendors wanted me to become more. They wanted me to come on their team. Dr. Pepper. But no, this is it's not funny at the end of the day. People wanted me to become more. But certain managers that's in position that try to stop that narcissist behavior. There's certain things when your coworkers, your stockers, your coworkers that do stocker positions, and the Coca-Cola business said, "When you gonna come on my team, nigga?" But when they tried to pull me in a different direction, I believed in lying Walmart. I believe in the racism of a narcissist Walmart. I put my faith in a business that lies. I didn't have a problem with the coworkers. Like we talked every night. And Russ kept making excuses. Steve Jeff, the narcissist of a black registered person, kept making excuses. When everybody kept telling me, you every night I come out, I need you to like when I worked at DFW airport, it was the same thing. But let me tell you something. I was a threat because you know why? When I worked at DFW airport, he didn't have that much to offer in his business. When everybody saw how hard I worked at the international side, it scared him because he only had payroll. He didn't have the benefits that the American Airlines Center had, the international side, and everybody else had. So he started to see people pulling me away. And I worked at DFW. I got along with a lot of homie. I talked to a lot of homies, and I talked to a lot of people, a lot of men, a lot of women, and all of that. I talked to people at Starbucks and DFW. We had that great bond, but the smart card workers wasn't talkative, and that create jealousy. But when they just getting on it, that create jealousy. We're living in a jealous environment. We're living in where people are not getting opportunities because of jealousy and stubborn behavior. But you got managers at these, but you don't got managers that's people are watching them though. And that's the point where we have that problem in our business where managers, we don't have nobody to watch the manager's behavior. And that's the biggest deal out of them all where this stuff is bad and happening. Let me tell you something. I can be talking to one girl and coming in there, and the girl can feel uncomfortable that others trying to get at them in the business. I done met many girls that got uncomfortable with other coworkers were trying to do something they wasn't supposed to do at 12, 16. And they looking at me and seeing the dummy out of them. Like like he talking to me. They didn't like what they was doing at 12, 16. So one girl looked at me. I see, mama, but she looking at the dummy employees. Like me and this girl Waterbury, her name Princess, right? She's cool at Waterbury. We talk every night at 12. Every time I come in at night, we talking. When we go to Waterbury together, she's like great. But the employees get mad because when she comes in the store, we always talking with her coworkers because they not talkative. And the problem is they not talkative. You know, when you're dealing with let me tell you something. When you're dealing with different mindset, Jeff is a liar. We are dealing with a narcissist. But we can't make it bad on everybody, guys, because we got good people. But you got to start Xing out the managers. That's the problem. And start getting to the root of the situation when it comes to working. Before these people start hiring managers, you got to stop looking at the dictators and look at the ability to elevate people. And that's the name of the business. Now stop looking at a dictator and look how you can help. I didn't get this far by Desmond Miller better know who he dealing with, and Trump better, and Governor Abbott and his community better. I didn't get this far by depending on a narcissist, on a lying white man or a black man. I'm working at 14. I'm going to job fairs, going to colleges. And I worked at 14 years old by learning. And then I got a job. But when you get older, you don't have that same opportunity. I worked at Big Lots. To this day, this lady asked me, "You," and she's Mexican. And she asked me, I had a Puerto Rican manager, a Mexican manager. I had Mexican coworkers, some Chinese at Big Lots. But when you get a Big Lots, I didn't have no problem when I was a teenager. I took pictures with my coworkers. Man, look, I had so many things that was going on. But when you grow up and you get around other organizations, that's a big threat of them all. That's a big threat when you get around other. Like I've been to Sprouts Live of racism. I've been to Albertsons by Creekville over there. Got a Walmart. They had Albertsons, and that was my first interview when I'm in my first year. And the narcissist hung up. But you can keep going. You can keep your Amazon not like that, but you can keep going when you're dealing with people. This is why when I first met Steve, let me tell you, Steve got a problem. But let me tell you something. When I met Steve, we taking some merchandise down, some new merchandise. He said, "Hubert, I want you to put this, we're in the middle section by the back, put this merchandise on the cap," right? So he saw me do it. He laughed, then he take it down. He put it the same way. What's the difference of a narcissist white man, a lying white man? But let me tell you what's the problem is, and the situation is. The problem is the situation where we're going at today. And the problem is, I want to let you know, people believed in me. Why make it bad because you got a few three managers that's bad out the apple as a cashier manager? Why make it bad? Why let that be bad because you're running into bad management and bad store managers? Why should we stop? When my manager Grizz, he's a great I wish he was my manager. I wish he was. You know what Grizz said every time this is for the mind of the elevator. You know what Grizz said every time he came there and Charles didn't ask him and none of them. If Hubert's not working with me, I'm not doing it. I gotta have him. So almost every night, if it's waxing, if it's doing all of those things, he teaches me how to wax, he teaches me how to do buffer, he teaches me how to do everything. But you got some leaders not willing to do that. He got mad because Grizz was taking me across the street, taking me to Home Depot, taking me places and showing things. Grizz was so happy that I left Walmart when he left. But sometimes Grizz needed a break from me. I lost it, he needed a break. But that's just Grizz. But Grizz was so happy. He tell me pictures about his granddaughters. And his wife said, "We go to NASCAR, we meet sponsors together." And he said, "Hubert," he showed me a text when we go to NASCAR. Look what my wife said, "Hubert, you and Hubert have a good time at NASCAR." Grizz, his wife is a good person. And it is good. We're not going to let the bad outweigh the good. That's what we're not going to allow to happen. And this is why I'm trying to stop this right now, or what's going on here. And Doug Miller not trying to stop it. These are the same people that's not trying to stop the behavior of certain mindsets. Mine of the elevator. I'm working at 2996, and I'm standing outside the deli. And I'm looking at my coworkers from the outside. And I said something. And I got my robe on. I said, Jessica, you know what? I'm looking at them. Jessica should thank she should thank before she started hiring people. And the customer said, Hubert, you right. We looking at the mindsets. Me and her looking at the mindsets of them. It was not right. And we just stand at the no. But you will leave your employee of a racist white man of a black man opinion. You will give up some valuable for your selfish reasons. Because you're a coward. You're a coward. Because you want your opinion of your mindset. Come on, man. I didn't talk to a lot of customers. We just sit up there and look at employees. Look at the camera. And we're going to get to the bottom of this. Look at the camera of the situation. Look at Xavier acting jealous when my old friend, one of my ex-girlfriend family members that know me, Hubert, you grown, we miss you. Look at the behavior coming from the management. God said the cameras don't lie. Jealousy, the cameras don't lie. One of my Big Lots manager, he's big because he didn't understand me. He looked at me because I was grown. I got older. And he looked at me like, he watched me since I was a kid, a big dude. So he kind of didn't understand. Like, it was his first time actually me remember him again. He's a big dude, he's big. And this was my first time me remember. He kind of looked at me because he haven't seen me in a while. He haven't seen me in a while since I was a kid. He haven't seen me in a while since I was a kid. But this is not a joke right here. If you want to be a Trump a businessman, but if Trump a businessman, we got to understand conflict is happening in the work job. It don't matter what entertainment you is, there's always conflict. Let me tell you something. The mind of I can have 20 women stay with me, and I'm not trying to control them. But the number one rule thing is, don't let others manipulate you. Others trying to manipulate you. It got a bit enough of manipulation tactics. People always believe me. Everybody always came like one of my friends, sister Cassie, brother asked me, "What you doing here?" Like he saw me many times, like, and we don't talk. She's married. What you doing here? But that's a cower of a leadership. Let me tell you something. Every day I go into 1216, everybody talking about they don't like Charles and this and that, but can't step up when Charles is a bad manager, can't say what need to be said. But when I step up and say something about his stubborn line behavior, you can't even step up to the plate and tell him what type of man that he is. When I step up and tell him, let me tell you the difference. When I went back to the Walmart, everybody tried to speak about something they didn't know how. I left 7 times. I walked off for 7 times. They didn't even want to hire me back. But we're going to get to the bottom of this right now. But you got other employees trying to speak on that. They have no right to speak on that. Let me tell you, I want to make this very clear. Before I got back home, they didn't want to hire me. But we're going to get to the bottom of this right now. They called me back a couple of days after the manager wanted me on our team. And after they denied me, they called me back. And whatever they say, whatever they found out, they hired me back. They're not denying me now. They're not denying me now. This is not, Walmart is not denying me now. They are not denying me now. That's the problem. They're not denying me now. You know what I'm saying? But everybody trying to speak on your situation and don't know your situation. And employees at 2996 and they don't know your situation. And they say, how can you get your money? That's not your problem. You know what Russell told me when he said, Hubert, thanks for coming in. When I went to try to charge Charles and he walked away, Thanks for coming and selling this with us. You can start earning some real bread with us. Russell. So let me tell you something. If I look, if it wouldn't be for Russell, I wouldn't have met Earl. Earl taking me to fixing our houses and doing stuff. And like I gotta be thankful for a lot of that, even though it was bad. But can I think about the good stuff that was involved in this? Well, if I think about the good stuff, but this woman from New Orleans speaking, and she had no right to speak. This is between me and the corporate office, and she from New Orleans with a goal, with a stubborn mindset. You have no right. This is between me and them. And another black woman, you got no right to speak on my behalf. They're gonna regret it again. They're gonna regret it again. They're gonna regret it again. They're gonna regret it. Employees, they got a big mouth. They like to speak on stuff. They're going to regret it. But the concept of me getting along with certain individuals, that can be the biggest problem. Woman, I ain't never been touched. I got along with everybody in South Dallas in the hood. I ain't never, but other mindset of a man, of a woman, think they can just come. Baby, I ain't never, man. I used to look, man. Look, I used to go and live in the Grove. I ain't never been nobody, because you know what? Everybody didn't see me. Like I was in 08 and 07. I had an OG talk to me when me and my brother man was taking play with knife. And he said, Hubert, stay out of trouble. He just talking about we tapped each other. I done met a lot of good people that been in the hood, that been on the street. I didn't watch women strip down. I didn't watch certain things. People go handle their business. Hubert, I trust you. I didn't meet a lot of street women that, but when you get around, let me tell you something. Nikki, the girl Nikki, her friends never had nobody. So when I'm used to being around certain individuals, and they never had nobody. So you gonna bring Nikki in a situation, and let me tell you something. Nikki's so hurt behind her man treating her bad. When I'm in a relationship, her getting to know her, and she's so hurt behind somebody else. And she take that out on somebody else she meets. A woman need to stop that, man. We need to talk. A woman need to stop those things about taking things out on somebody new that you meet without getting to know the facts about it. Stop that. Stop thinking every man that's bad because I got my own apartment, I got this and that. Stop thinking that and get yourself together first, because you don't want to change. And you don't want to do something. Look, I'm talking to, let me tell you what made me not trust Nikki. And I'm in an open relationship. And I had to cut ties with her. And I did what I did. I'm talking to a lot of women in Springfield, Missouri. Right? She's in jail about 2018, 2017, and she's in Springfield, Missouri. Me and these girls having a lot of conversation in Springfield, Missouri. And they somehow were getting along. But one thing, she said she was going to get back out and do the right thing. But let me tell you, she rolled her eyes and I caught on to her spiritual behavior. That told me something. That what you just told me as a woman, that's bullshit. You just told me as a woman, you ain't trying, but you want to be down with my cousin. You can't focus on your life. You want to go back out there. You can't focus on yourself. Your cousin, your brother getting mad behind, he's getting jealous because he's not, his baby mama not having the things that you doing. And he's mad because you getting Nike stuff and all of these stuff and all of these things. He's mad. Your mama never had nobody want to tell you, girl, you making 10,000, 11,000 a night. I don't mind you bring me home some money and doing all of the things you're doing and all of that and the things you're doing, but the concept of how you acting as a woman, you can't buy nothing. You're so worried about everybody else, but you can't get yourself together first. That's why you're losing. That's why you're losing as a woman, because you want to roll with my cousin, that cousin there. Oh, I don't want you. That's him. Look where they got him at. I'm not talking that. Look what but I'm doing things on I love my cousin, but that's on him because he want to move the way he want to move. You want to do the things that you want to do. That's what you want to do. A woman is looking for that attention because she's so stuck up. Let me tell you something. And let me tell you something. That's the thing with that, right? But a guy say on TikTok, glad that you're alone, you're not around fake coworkers. Let me tell you, a woman needs to straighten up her attitude and give you a straighten up your attitude. Straighten up your life, see your vision, see your world. A woman needs to realize once you straighten up your empire and start depending on niggas to straighten up. Some women, some niggas don't want you to restructure yourself. Some niggas, sometimes you gotta ask your baby that they don't want you to, because if it's your baby daddy, it's one of them. Some people don't want you to restructure yourself. If it's your baby daddy want the same, your baby daddy got the same street mindset. You gotta get away from that. You gotta learn how to elevate yourself first, because your baby daddy's stuck in that same mentality. You are never gonna win and elevate as you do. Look, I got a project that the streets and the gang members not even ready. People in organizations can't even handle it. You're not ready yet. You haven't evolved. This is way beyond your time. I dreamed about City Girls Island, Young Money Island, Cash Money Island. People, this is something that's beyond your time. You're not ready to evolve. Your hood not ready to evolve. Your streets, you scrippers, none of you is not ready to take this to the next because you're still stuck in your old ways of thinking, or old empires, old mindset. Guys, I'm dealing with something that's way in the head of your time. I'm dealing with something that's way in the head of, you're not ready in that. You know, God tell me, leaders, you're never going to be ready to evolve. That's the thing. You're never going to, entrepreneurs of everybody is not even ready. You're not ready for the concept because there's so many manipulation and behavior. You can't take something that you can't understand. A lot of teenagers trying to manipulate their way on Big Live in 2019. A lot of bullcrap, like acting like a little black stubborn person. Nobody wants to deal with another mindset. When you do dirty behavior, how's somebody going to work with you? When you're selling fake things and the concept of it. We are dealing with mindset behavior that ain't be able to give that same thing with that and have that same approach of life the way you're trying to go. How can you be with a man that just focus on the streets and not focus on elevating? You can't be with a man like that that's just focusing on the streets. That's focusing on hip hop. You can't be with somebody like that. That's the concept of what you're trying to throw at what's going on. You can't be with a man like that. And this subject is going to be about working and being an entrepreneur. You can't work with a man that's stuck on listening to a hip hop street song, but ain't stuck on taking it farther. You can't be like that. You can't work at a business that don't understand the concept of leadership. And not just about a manager. It's not just about a manager. It's about the customers. You're putting your employees before a customer. You put management before a customer and what a customer needs. But your manager, your line manager is more important than that customer. And that's what Doug McMillan, what I mean, that's what Doug McMillan is putting before. You putting the narcissist of a manager before that. Nobody wants to deal with that type of leadership. And other minds will try to stop that because they dictate things and doing all of that. The concept that, baby, I ain't never been touched. These niggas and these kids got something else going on. Dummies of grown men. Dummies of grown men, man, just acting like a dummy, man. And let me tell you something. And I actually told somebody because I had to do with something that I didn't want to do because it's not about family having your back. It's about you can't help it that your mom and them is stuck in old covenants, old ways because they lived that life. They've been living the same dictator life and the same lying business life for a long time. And they trying to project their life on them. This is about me growing. This is about me understanding. And everybody want to have you around. It's not about me trying to take my money and put it in somewhere. I have always invested in myself. But I'm not that to sit up. And my mama can't understand. And I tell her to respect my boundaries. She have to respect it. She tired of it. All you do is complain. No, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it because you want to work the simple. You're chasing your dreams. But you're telling me when I get out in the business, I got to be bothered with a black man and a racism? I got to be bothered with a dictator of a black man and a white man that got a problem, a mindset problem? Don't put that on me. Don't put that concept on me of what you're trying to do in life. No, my brother, I love my brother to death. And the main thing, he's sitting up there, he in the car, and I'm going through something. And I'm not going through nothing. Hot things to go good for me, and they not go. You can't put that on me because you're dropped, and you can't put that on me because I'm going to school, I'm going to jobs, I'm in a different school setting, I'm going to colleges, I'm going to different jobs. I mean, they want to do things the way they want to do. You can't put that on me. That my teachers, I went to school every day. I'm going after school. I'm going to summer school. You cannot put that on me. The way your life is turning out, and you're trying to put the concept of those things. And that's what I'm telling you. You can't put that on jealous cousin. You can't put that on me. That's what you women want to attract. Baby, don't put that on me. My cousin got 8 or 9 baby mamas. That's his kingdom. That's his life. That's his kingdom. My kingdom have not been rolling. When my kingdom be rolling, I got to keep my cousin's behavior and stubborn people from that kingdom. That can't understand that. God said you maybe have more kids and more kingdoms. But you got to keep those type of behavior away from kingdoms, away from... God said you got to keep your cousin behavior and with a black woman trying to project on you and keep your kingdom good. I got one son. God said you maybe get many more. But don't have other mindsets around there that got a problem. They got a problem of trying to get close. Don't have mindsets around there. Jealousy. Baby, I mean, look, I'm in theater class. My phone get taken, baby. I don't got time for them. I got things to do, man. I don't got time for it. I've been a busy person since a teen. I don't got time going to college. I'm going to thrift stores. I'm going to helping out at a nursing home. I'm going to different jobs in Dallas. I didn't have that time. I didn't have that time. Like, I didn't have those things. My teacher tried to take me to Job Corps, but the black man of a narcissist without giving... Nobody wants to deal with that. Man, my teachers believed in me 4 times. Why should I stop? Why should I stop, man? It's like, it's not about family here because everybody got to live their own life. But I tell somebody to stop because they want to live a simple... Let me tell you something. You can live a simple life, but make sure your bills are paid. But you can't be in certain neighborhoods that don't want to change. And the voters that don't want to change. You live in a society that don't want to change, sweetie. That don't want to change. That just want to vote and want things the way they is, old mindset. They don't like the not struggle. But they're trying to put Old Testimony Bibles in your face and not understand it's okay to talk about old testimonies. Yeah, God is telling you what happened in the past. He's telling you. But your future have not been written yet when God is still trying to write it. And a pastor and them, nobody got time for these things. Nobody got time for these things of an entrepreneur, of a black man that trying to... I don't got time for that. I don't got time for those things. But we dealing with dictators. We dealing with a black man. But Walmart making it bad for others. They forced me to do this. You think I wanted to sue people? When people leave you no choice. What did you think I wanted to take it this far with Walmart and anybody in this situation? And these kids think they can come, these dummies think they can just come at people. You don't know who you're dealing with, man. I've been around a lot of people saying, but nobody wants to deal with that, bro. Nobody wants to deal with that. And let me tell you something, man. Look, man. Look, you lucky none of those people are not around in Dallas that really know me and don't give a fuck. They always wanted to do music. But nobody wants to deal with that. You can't get your life on track. Mirza got his problem. He dropped out of school and somebody sending me a damn picture. I've been having pictures. I don't got time for Mirza's behavior. You're wasting my time. You're wasting my time. This business is wasting my time. America is wasting God and Jesus' time, and you're wasting his time. The streets is wasting God and Jesus' time. Nobody got time for those things when people putting their political opinion on those things. Like, nobody got time for that, man. Like, y'all gotta understand, like, I used to go, I had a Vietnamese friend back in Carrollton. Me and Kevion, we had a friend, Jasmine, and Miles, we had a friend that worked at Jasmine. We chilling. They got a sister, and they got two other twin sisters. Not Vietnamese, not, yeah. And they used to cook, we used to chill at the park, and they never considered me like that because in Carrollton, but they mom and all of them, we used to hang out because they know I had a relationship. So people never, if I'm around female friends, they never pushed it to that point with me because they know I'm in a relationship and they know I'm in a situation. But I used to go by girls and girls' moms, and they used to cook, and I used to sit in front of them, hear what you want. And they got them shorts, like it remind me of those, and they older sisters, and just doing stuff like go to Domino's, get pizza. Got friends, got friends that cook. Kevion took me down there back to where our old neighborhood, like Wingstop, and took me to the pizza place. He took me to those places, like just taking me to those places in Carrollton. Like we eat at churches or CC's Pizzas. And sometimes we go to the projector night. Everybody had projector night at the park over there. We had projector night, movie night. And we had projector night and we had movie night. So like being a part, our community was different. Our county was different from South Dallas and Dallas. Like you got a rec center with a game. Our community. Like I'm not dissing the state of Texas, but if you raised in different counties and you're around a different environment and you had things to do, what that can we go sit at the park. They have projector movie night at the park, and we go stuff things at nighttime, and we go to a rec center. They got two rec centers. They got one by Turner, but got another one. They got a game, and we having things got a water pool. We having things to do down there by Turner. So we cutting grass like other people gonna try to put their life on you because their county never did nothing for them. We can live in the same state, but it's the way the county is. It's the production of the county that can be the biggest problem out of all when you're dealing with politics and community leaders. Carrollton, they had always something for us to do. But if a parent want their kid to stay in South Dallas in the hood and your production, your school productions, and your community production and your environment are not doing stuff is not right, how can you understand that? You can't blame no on that. And Yellow Breeze and Trap Over, you can't blame that on the way you're living. You're the way you're being taught in your school stuff. So you can move the hell out your county, then nigga. Your mama didn't want to move out. Move the hell out your county, be in a different county that got different environments, that different mindsets. And they're trying to bring that Dallas County, trying to bring that political opinions. And I'm not dissing Dallas. Let me make this very straight. And we're talking about different leadership, different counties of community that don't do nothing for their communities. That haven't grown the way they grow, but don't bring nothing on like the way you're taught, the way your mama wanted to stay up in the neighborhood. Like my mama didn't care how much it cost. She didn't care how much the rent was. Get money stopped away. He be our baby. He was Junior Seller, baby legend. She didn't care how much it is. But if you want to be around that, I was working at a factory in Irving. I was working at the factory in Irving. When I was working at that factory in Irving, people showing me they got rats and stuff in their apartments, and they get a little indisciplined apartment leaders not taking care of their apartment. When I was working in the factory in Irving, making coffee, just telling me those things. Just telling me those things. So the concept of things are not going the way it is, how can we understand it? So you got to be able to understand what you're trying to say. Let me tell you the reason why I got rolled up at Walmart, because I was doing my job. Not because, when I was starting, because I was doing my job, and a stuck up manager can't understand and can't see both sides. Oh, you come to work, you doing other people's job, you make me sick. Nobody wants to deal with that, man. Chris, my co-manager, believed in me. Say, Hubert, I get you to do the job because I know you can do it. But Dylan Miller take that for granted. A line manager, a CEO, take that for granted. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I was so mad at when the co-manager, my last image at my co-manager Chris, with him like looking at me the wrong. And I'm not thinking negative, but he's walking out that door leaving. He's walking out that door leaving to go to another store at the fact. And I was so mad because he left and he was a good manager, co-manager. I think with Chris, I think that was his name. He was a good co-manager. So yes, we can. So I was so mad, and his last looking back at me, and my last impression looking back at me, and I'm telling him bye, because he going to another store. One of my co-managers at 29 said that he didn't look right. He was not having a good day. But that was my last thing of him, and he got me to do things. But one task I couldn't do because of the employees trying to stop me. You're not even working in that position, and you're doing things. So if you willing to leave your good employees alone, and you hate negativity at work, and you sitting up there in the produce and you helping out at produce, and they're gonna tell you they have to start getting rid of people. And I said, and I told her the guy that they ain't gonna get rid of me. How you think that from there everything? Nobody wants to deal with that in this business. Nobody wants to deal with a stubborn CEO that can't hear people out. You can't keep people at your business because you settle for less. You settle for lies. You settle for less. You don't settle for greatness, Walmart. You settle for less. You settle for lies. And that's why you don't care because you got 1 million people. Let me tell you something. If you think you're going to take advantage of me and Charles going to take advantage of me, you got another thing coming to you. You think you're lying, Jeff? I'm not going to fall because the nonsense of a black man and a white. I'm not going to fall, man. I'm not going to fall. I'm not falling. The community going to have to get over their damn self to the way they are. I'm not falling. I'm not falling because your opinion, your line opinion. Because of a man, how a man act, I'm not falling. I'm not falling. Trump is going to pay me back everything he put on that wall. And those documents still haven't hit. He going to pay me back everything I put on that wall. And the community want me to open up. Baby, if you can't change, this lady had tongue thumbs, open her big mouth, and you don't even know that Trump been sitting with the business. You don't know everything that's been going on. Do you know that Trump is sitting with the other CEOs at your business? So when you have a local person at a Walmart don't know nothing. See Trump trying to keep his business. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. But they come on, man. But she don't know that could cost her job doing the things that she said in the thumbs over here. Oh, come on. You think you don't know why people in business collide with each other? Trump been sitting with other business stores and leaders. Something's going on. Why'd you think that? But other businesses, local business haven't caught on. That's the difference between that. They haven't caught on. They stuck. There's a lot of people caught in the behind. But she's so stuck up, she don't know that Trump is already sitting with thumbs in other business. But T.I. gonna talk about T.I. gonna talk about when you leave out there nobody don't care. But I met good people. I don't have a fake Chris wasn't a fake co-worker. Greg's co-manager Chris, they wasn't fake. I got plenty of people on the other side that worked on the other side, not just the deli, that I got along with. And so, like, come on, man, I'm not out to deal with all of the behavior because certain people want things their way. I understand what it needs to be done to get the job done. I understand what needs to get the job done. I always understand what needed to be to get the job done. I never complained about certain things, even when I was a teenager and I had to get the job done. I was on a high pedestal. I know what to get the job done. I know what to get the job done. I know what to get the job done. Let me tell you something. One thing I want you to know, I don't want to be on the streets just banging things and going at it with people. I want to be able to be an entrepreneur, go to a book like Bones and Noble and be able to get along and interact with people. Go to a Bones and Noble and have a good day and interact. I want to be able to go watch a movie and do things. I want to be able to just go to a Starbucks and sit. I want to be all of the rest of the thing and like just have or read books, find people that can read books and movies to talk about movie novels and book novels on Amazon. That's what type of things I look for in friendships. And not just about sex, that's the type of things I look for in friendships. Movie novels, book novels, going to book clubs. And I talked about that with my one friend. Let's go to Books and Noble and have a book club. And we talking about book club, somebody read a book and we just following on. And I look for that. I talked about a friend in last year. I just saw they got a book club meeting over there. Like they're talking about novels and book club meeting, movie novels and talking about shit. You might have a movie night at a library or something. You maybe not know what things might go on and how we can interact with each other and things in that format. You know what I'm saying? It is so many things that you can actually do. Like my son got me on Frozen. I love Frozen, and and I started watching Annie and Mac because of my stepson. And he got me on Annie and Mac, so I used to have to watch Annie and Mac with him and New Raven Simone. And I tell him every time. I used to be a Raven Simone fan, they tell me, no, you did. Raven Simone been had a show, and over that, we need Orlando to get back on.